Hey guys, my name is Fraanticc. I'm a Fortnite streamer and I've been playing Fortnite for about 3 years consistently. And today we're going to be talking about edit courses and warm-ups. In this Mockup Academy video, we're going to be breaking down why warm-ups matter and how I prep myself for tournaments. I think warm-ups really matter when it comes to tournament day or honestly any day that you're gaming because it's really good to get your awareness up and your hand-eye coordination, and you just want your muscle memory flowing from what you normally do. If you don't warm up, it's super easy to get on and just feel like you don't know really what you're doing at the moment and you're just kind of winging it. So that's why I prefer to warm up. Warming up can also build your confidence for tourneys and get rid of your nerves. That way when you're in a fight, you're confident that you're already ready for it and you're not just jumping straight in. Usually when I first get on, I start by free building for about 5 to 10 minutes just to get my hands warm and my fingers moving and just getting my muscle memory for my building and editing. And then I'll just free build for a sec. After I free build, I like to do piece control tunnels for a few minutes until I feel confident and comfortable. So I just kind of run through the map for a little bit. I try to make sure I get through every single scenario so that I'm ready for whatever comes next when I'm in the actual game. Piece control tunnels help a lot and they're very realistic because in game, one of the best mechanics is being able to piece control your opponents. It gives you a great advantage against them when you're fighting. So that's why I think that this map or any sort of piece controlling can help you for the real game. Personally, when I warm up, I don't like to warm up more than an hour. I think that warming up for too long can kind of burn yourself out by the time you get to your tournament time, but you don't want to warm up for just a few minutes or jump around too much because then you're not really getting in the proper warm up. So I would say about an hour combined of what you think that your most important things are to your skill set and what you need to be warm and confident for the tournament. So I would spread out a few things like maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there to whatever accommodates to you. When it comes to Fortnite, crosshair placement is one of the most important things in the game. Even outside of aiming, it might sound crazy, but it is amazing to have good crosshair placement when building and editing, when you're piece controlling. You never want to have to be flicking around too much, just being calm and collected. So I use some aim maps when I get on. There's so many different selections which you could pick which to whatever you think that you need to get better at or learn on. But these are the ones that I use, especially when getting ready to do a tournament such as the Mockup, where you need surge tags or long distance aiming. I use these maps here. This scenario is used for headshots, so specifically usually your shotgun aim, and just practicing tracking, which helps a lot when you're in a close fight, like a box fight or a build battle or anything of that sort. So when you do this, you just want to make sure you're aiming for the head. The bot won't move until you hit the headshot, so you could keep practicing until you do your very best. On the specific map that I use, it keeps account of how many kills you have in the corner of the map. So I usually set a number for myself, and each time I go, I try to rate the number by just a little bit more without taking more time. So you could start at something like mid or low, like maybe 15 or 20, depending on how long it could actually take you. When I do it, I'd probably go to 40 or 50, and then that's how I'd use my benchmark and go to a different aiming scenario. This scenario is for tracking, which can help a lot with crosshair placement, whether you're on controller or keyboard. It's very important. You try to follow the target as accurate as possible, and you'll still get the same kill animation on the side that you could keep track of. Don't beat yourself up if it's a little bit difficult, because even for me it is, but it's in the long run will help you a lot. So the next map that you can use is for shotgun reacting. So basically when you get into a fight, maybe in the end game or even in the early game, and somebody jumps in the same box as you and you guys are very close, it is to get your reaction time and aim up for that type of scenario. So you could just practice this as much as you want. Like I said, you could set a benchmark and keep working towards that, but it's really good for any game. After I finish my routine of warming up, I usually hop into some free-for-all map. You could pick whatever is desired of your choice. There's so many different options like headshot only box fights, normal box fights, but I personally choose Forever Zone Wars. So it's basically like a reload game simulator where you can keep spawning in even when you die, which is why I like it, because it's constant practice. You don't have to sit and spectate when you die, and it just really gets your awareness up for when you're in a real game and your hand-eye coordination. So not only do you now have your hands working, your brain is working. Okay, as you guys can tell, this map is very chaotic, but I think that's very good for you, because if you can practice in this, you'll be prepared for any situation in the real game. There's lots of people running around, lots of things you have to react to, and that's very realistic compared to like an in-game tournament, or even just playing as casual. And you can play this anytime, not when you're just warming up. I think it's very good practice in general. When having a warm-up routine, you want to keep it consistent and not really change it very often. It is definitely okay to change it sometimes and add in new things that you may think you need to work on specifically, like all the time, or not all the time, but sometimes I do the same thing. I think, well, I've really been struggling here recently, so let me add something in that I think will help fix that. Or if you think you don't really need to work on something as much anymore, you could lower the time that you use with that. And just make sure you spend your time wisely, but you don't want to switch it up too much, because you want to stay consistent and believe in what you're working on. Switching it up could confuse your brain a little bit and even your hands and your muscle memory. So it is good to stick with one thing for the most part. And also mentally, you want to have a good warm-up routine. You never want to get on the game with a bad mentality. You want to get on thinking, I'm going to get better today, I'm going to have fun today, and no matter what happens, you want to just keep working. Especially for tournaments, you could come up with something that's going to get your nerves out. For me, when I started playing Fortnite, I was very, very nervous, and that's normal, especially when I started competing in things like the Milk Cup. I was very nervous. I wanted to impress the people who are watching, like my community and myself. I had high expectations for myself, but the best thing is to have a way to get your nerves out. Like for me, when I get on, when I start my free building, I listen to music or I talk to friends who are also competing and just kind of start to get feeling comfortable. If you think about it too much, it could make it harder for you. So I think that's just a really good thing, because a lot of people look at the game and take it as just the game itself when it really, really is a mental aspect when it comes to it. I think also when you're competing, you need to remember that growth can take time. It doesn't happen overnight. When I started competing, I used to beat myself up a lot about it because I just felt like I wasn't getting good as fast as everyone else and I wasn't as good as everyone else. But you just have to remember it takes time, and challenging yourself is the best way to grow. If you stay in your box, it's a lot harder to grow. When I started playing, for an example, I started playing against a lot of the better players like Moxie and Regs, and I would die to them all of the time. I would keep dying and failing, and I would always get upset at myself about, oh, why am I not good yet? Why am I not good? But through the long run now, I've realized that it really just takes time, because now I'm up and competing at their level because I spent the time to challenge myself and keep working on it and not giving up. That is the best thing to do, is be patient and do not give up. Thank you guys for watching my routine. I really hope this helps you. And if you work on it and just keep playing and practicing, you'll definitely see some progress eventually. Like I said, don't expect too much. Maybe just set a goal for yourself. And once you hit that goal, set another one. Don't try to just fully jump in and expect to come out the best, because nothing works like that in life. You have to just keep working and you will get your results eventually. So just stay confident, have fun, most importantly, and yeah. I just want to wish you guys all a good luck out there. Keep practicing, and if you guys ever have any questions, you guys can feel to reach out to me on any social medias or in my Twitch chat. I'll see you guys out there on the scrims. Shout out to Mocup Academy for putting this on and giving us such an amazing opportunity to grow and work together.